Hi everyone, this is Taylor Green from Audiology Associates. We have got a beast for you today. This is a prime example of why you should not be using cotton buds or Q-tips. This lady's come in, obviously as usual, feeling blocked up. But as you can see, this where the lady was obviously desperate to try something. She's actually impacted this wax right up against the eardrum. Now this is one of the hardest types of wax removals to do, not only because it's so close to the eardrum, but when we use cotton buds, obviously which you shouldn't do, when you use cotton buds, it can compact the wax, which actually makes it quite hard. It actually makes the wax quite solid, but we're off to a good start here. So we're aiming at the bottom of this piece of wax and just trying to lift from the bottom. Now, what I was hoping for with this one is if we start lifting from the bottom, I have a feeling that this wax is going to be sort of trapped in the anterior recess, which is that little groove, almost like a little ditch that's in front of the eardrum. Where the cotton bud's been used, this has all been squashed down inside that. So we're just gently working our way around the edges. There we are. We're quite lucky that we're managing to actually move this without the use of any olive oil at the moment. As you can imagine, very, very sensitive area, this where this wax is. If we were to accidentally touch the ear canal by peeling this wax away, it can get, it can cause the patient to jump quite suddenly, and with us working so close to the eardrum, we could end up causing an accident. So I believe we've popped a little bit of olive oil in here now, just to try and get a slightly better suction grip. Oh, it's just splashed up in front of the camera. Again, I'm going very, very slow because I know how close to the eardrum we are. We're basically on the eardrum. Oh, olive oil on the camera. The downside to using oil. We have actually stuck with the standard size Zollner tube for this one, even though we tend to use the fine end when we're working quite close to the eardrum. The problem is the fine end has it has like half the suction power of what a standard size will, so we won't be able to work as effectively with that one, but we still need to work extra careful. So we're starting to get a bit of movement here now from that sort of bottom section. So I'm just almost trying to peel this away from the wall so we can get a view of the eardrum. There we go. You can just about see it there, just where we move that wax over. You can just see that bluish sort of tint, bluish grey sort of tint, and that's a sign of the eardrum. So again, we're trying to lift from the bottom. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. So we've just broken little bits away. I was kind of hoping the whole thing was going to start moving with that piece that we just pulled away. There we go. Aiming at the bottom again. again, I'm trying to sort of lift and turn this wax out of the anterior recess, because I can now see that obviously we've got a bit more movement. You can tell this wax has been here for quite a while. It's just by looking at the colour of it, it's quite dark. And you've got these shiny, smooth pieces where this has all been shoved deep in and just really pressed up against all the ear canal walls, the eardrum. There we go, we can just get a peek of the eardrum again. So we're trying a different angle this time. The lady was an absolute trooper through this, mind, because this is not comfortable for anyone. I'm just having a little sort of prod around this to see if any other part of the wax will start moving away to try and help us, basically. Here we go. There we are. So you can see where this wax had been really pressed. This is all peeling away from the eardrum. So this has been really pressed in. Oh, there we go. Back in really slowly. I'm still really persevering with that bottom section, because I just know that any second we could just get a little grip on that, because I can see the whole of this section in the bottom is starting to move. There we go. The whole thing started to come away then, very, very slightly. Here we go. We're just sort of pulling up, going back down, pulling up, going back down. Now, I could have popped a little bit more olive oil in at this point, just to, again, get that oil to try and get underneath that wax where we're lifting it, to stop it from basically moving itself back down into that recess. It's almost, sometimes the wax is almost like you've got that, or almost like a bit of its own suction grip just in front of that eardrum. So we try to lift it. If we lose that grip, it can sometimes move itself back down. So you can see we've got some hair mixed in with this as well. There was a point during this wax removal I didn't actually think I was going to be able to do this on the day of this appointment. Because of how compacted it looked, I just straight away first thought, this might be, this might be really uncomfortable. Patients have different tolerances. I wasn't sure how the patient was going to react once we got to this wax. But as I said, she was an absolute trooper, sat through the whole thing, didn't move. The perfect patient. So there is a little bit more oil in there now that we've just popped in. Okay, there's a little, so again, we're going from the side here now. So there is a point where we try to almost gently, again, just move all the wax around to the center of the ear canal to try and unstick it from these, from this little sort of recess in front of the eardrum. You almost just want it to go, come on. Here we go. Oh. So you could see that big section in the center there starting to move. So I think this is the point where we actually start to remove the most of this wax, all of it basically. Nice and slow. It's just broken away from that compacted wax. Oil on the camera again. Oh. There we go. There we go. So there we are. So you can just see as we got that little grip there, you could see what I meant about that piece right in the bottom. So as we got a suction grip, then you could see the whole of that. It's basically a plug that just kind of pulled out of that recess. And it's just broken away again. Okay. We will get there. There we go. You can just see the top of this wax as well starting to move as we're moving this bottom section, which is what we're really hoping for, because we want to try and get this out in one big piece. Here we go. We're getting plenty of movement here now. Very, very gentle, gently moving this, like sort of wiggling it slightly. Again, we can't put any pressure on this wax at all because of how, because the wax is basically on the eardrum. Here we go. This is where it's starting to really move out of the ear canal. Yeah, brilliant. Here we go. Ah, it's just broken off again. Here we go. There we are. Hopefully we don't lose the grip on the way out. There we go. Brilliant. There's that plug. Is there any more? Yeah, we've got a bit behind that again. So this is where that piece that we just pulled away has obviously drawn the rest of the wax that was stuck in there. Here we go. Quite an angular piece we tried to grip onto then. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Another piece. You can see how smooth that side is there, where it's all been pressed up against the ear canals, which does give us a much better sort of platform for the suction grip. We can grip on a lot better. There we go. Little wiggle. There we go. Oh, I think we've got a little bit left there. It's still coming. It's still coming. Wiggle, wiggle, come on. There we go. That should be the last piece. It didn't actually look like there was much in there when we first started, but there was quite a bit coming out towards the end there. There we go. You can kind of see there's a bit of clouding on the eardrum there. Usually signs of scarring. Could have possibly been when the patient was a child, or could have happened later in life with a possible perforation or infection. Well, that's it from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching the earwax removal video. Look after yourselves, take care of one another, and I shall see you on the next one. Thank you.